Now, all a surd is a number. If you take the square root of it, it doesn't give you a whole number, unlike the numbers that we have up here. So if I took the square root of 9, I would get myself a 3. If I took the square root of, say, 25, I would get myself a 5, okay? So these are numbers called perfect squares. This essentially just means if you take the square root of the number, it actually gives you a whole number. Now, in terms of, for us to work out a surd, we have to work out its factors. And one of the factors, you should aim to get one of these perfect squares, okay? And there's a wee rule in which you want to use, and that is the square root of a and b equals the square root of a times the square root of b. So if we remember this and if we remember these, we'll be able to solve these no problem at all. Right, so if we look at the very first question, it's essentially saying, well, how can we simplify this? So we think about the factors, so I could say that's the same as the square root of 2 times the square root of 9. Now, if we actually take the square root of 9, that's 3, so we can simplify that just to be 3 root 2. Next question, this is 80, so if we look at that, we think, well, 4 could be a factor, so if 4 is a factor, it's 4 times what equals 80, so that's 4 times 20, so I take the square root of 4 times the square root of 20. Now, we need to think, can we factorise this? So the square root of 4 is 2 times, well, what we've got, again, we could look at 4, because 4 times what equals 20, so we'll do the square root of 4 times the square root of 4 times 5 equals 20. So again, we've still got the 2 from the previous one. Square root of 4 is 2 times the square root of 5. So now, once we've tied it up, 2 times 2 is 4, and then that's root 5. So your answer will be 4 root 5. So sometimes once you find the factors, you can factorise one of the other factors. Now if we look at 27, what we've got here is, well, 9's a factor if we're using 3 as the other factor. So we can say square root of 3 times the square root of 9. Well, we can't work that one out, but we can certainly say the square root of 9 is 3, so that now gives you 3 root 3. Again, we'll look at 20, so number 20 is what times what equals 20. We could say 4 times 5, so that would be the square root of 4 times the square root of 5. The square root of 4 is 2, so that's going to be 2 root 5. And again, the more practice you do, the easier it gets. 2 factors of this. 16 is a factor if we use a 2, so we can say root 2 times root 16. Root 2, we can't go any further with that, but with root 16 we can say that that's 4, so that's 4 root 2. And again, we've got 4 up here, so we can say that's a 4 times what to get 40? Well, 4 times 10. Square root of 4 is 2, so that's 2 root 10. We now go to the 12. Again, what times what equals 12? We can say that's root 3 times root 4, and that is equal to root 3. And 44, well, that's root 4, try and get that bit, times root 11, and that gives you 2 root 11. And last but not least, What times what equals 75? If we look up here, well, 3 times 25 is 75, so that's root 3 times root 25. Now we know that if we take root 25, that's actually 5, so that then goes down to 5 root 3, and that's a very quick wee summary of the some surds.